At today's CLIF. I do want to kick off the start with some of you will see the Stuttgart Citizen magazine that you've got at your desk. This is the PCS edition, so it's going to help just in time for the PCS season that's coming up this summer, and then we'll fill in some other details on PCS actions at the end. Thanks, Kyle.
Good, sir. All right, with that, I'm going to turn it over to MWR.
I'm one of the height-challenged people. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jamie Ruffini. I'm the Child and Youth Services Chief, and I'm also the Acting Director of MWR at the moment. Today, I would just like to bring a few things to your attention in terms of what we've got going on this summer. A lot of you may already know, but just in case, we have SAC Summer Camp that has already started enrolling children. It runs from 10 June to 16 August. Everything is included with that program. The thing I want to speak to most on this is, in addition to offering field trips and other unique things that we aren't able to do during the year, we do have our Rocket Kids special camp counselors that will be here. And for your families out there, this is a camp that children, you can only sign up for 1 week. You don't have to sign up for the entire summer. So families that just want to, have a week or two that they would like their children to participate, that is absolutely a possibility. We also do, if we have space, we'll allow families to sign up just for a field trip. You can call our Parent Central Services office for more information on that. Additionally, we have our youth summer camp. While meals are included for this program, the field trips have a separate fee. Does happen every Wednesday for the youth program. And that includes our youth program on Panzer. They participate in the same field trips. Finally, I would like to mention our sports and fitness camps. We have quite a few, and they're very successful. We usually have quite a large participation in these. Please make sure that you are getting registered for that and signing up in advance. Those camps do tend to fill up pretty quickly. As a last plug for CYS, I'd like to mention that we have our Spring Fest the end of this month, which is the month of the military child. It's happening from 10 to 2 on the 27th, and that is right behind the building 2915, the MWR ACS Bank building. It's behind there. It's the playground of the old elementary school. That's where the Spring Fest will be happening this year. And finally, there are quite a few flyers in the takeaway packet with additional information if you want to take those back to your area. Does anyone have any questions? All right, thank you. Oh, sorry.
visiting sports teams, but just from the garrison side, that's going to be a busy day from the school side.
Ms. Lopez, what was the date on that again?
The 27th.
On the 27th.
The same day as the Spring Fest.
Okay.
Anything else? Thank you.
Good morning. I'll go up just a little bit. Good morning. I'm Ryan from USAG Stuttgart, and on the special topic of summer activities, we're sharing our summer calendars that we have planned out for June, July, and August. There's just a lot going on at the USO all the time, so anybody who would like to get involved, this is a great way. Everything USO does is free, and all ages are welcome. In the center, we do request under 18 be accompanied by a parent or guardian, but there are definitely programs for under 18-year-olds, especially during the summer. The Sensory Circle and Story and Craft Time happen every other week, and they're the cutest things. So anybody who's looking to do something, get out of the house during the summer, maybe join those. any gamers in the community. Every weekend we have gaming days going on, so come out to those. Anything that looks of interest, please join. And some of these do require registration, which can be found on our Facebook page to register and our website. Next slide. Pretty much the same, except I'd like to point out we will be involved with the 4th of July celebrations MWR is hosting, so that will be a big one, so come out and find us there. And next slide for August. The one big one on this one I'd like to point out is our back to school picnic. It happens the last Friday before school starts. We invite all PTAs, PTOs to come out and be part of this. Our school liaison officer will be there, various agencies, all with connections to getting those kids started, ready for the following Monday back to school. So please plan and pencil in on your calendar attending this. It's a free hot dog dinner, picnic on the Panzer Parade Field, so everybody should be there. That's it from USO for now. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. And I do want to make another plug. We're gonna go through the calendar of all the other items that are upcoming here, but one that may not have been advertised a lot here because we've been kind of solidifying here lately. But on the 30th of May, we're going to do an open house at the firehouse. This is a lot like what we did on May Day of last year. So it'll be another open post event at the firehouse where local nationals can come down and get some food and beverage, and we're going to be doing a hiring fair there as well. We'll have some static displays, but really looking forward to kind of kicking off that as more of an annual event. All right, Kyle, over to you.
Okay, next slide. So again, these are our contact information from my team in DPTMS, whether it's protection or security or just operations itself. Go on to the next slide. So in your packet, these are your takeaways. So if you have anything, those are your points of contact for those individuals on that. Next slide. So moving through the next 90 days in the calendar, we have TARP training today as well as tomorrow at Patch Theater. Those dates are on there as well. Look on the week of the 15th through the 19th, the 22nd through the 26th, and the 29th through the 3rd of May. Those are the spring cleanup dates. If you look on the bottom left, you'll see those dates for that spring cleanup. So those respective posts are gonna have to do their cleanup times at that time frame. And then lastly, you've got the ASAP training on the 24th of April. Next slide. Moving on to May, we've got another TARP training on the 2nd of May. And then the Stuttgart graduation is on the 29th. So another key event. Next slide. And then again, June, I wanted to make the plug. It is, even though it's starting now, I'm going to say June is PCS season, so you're going to see a lot more increased traffic on all the posts of those people that are coming and going. So make sure that you're preparing yourself for that time frame to get through into traffic. And then lastly, the 4th through the 6th is the casualty notification. Even though it's outside the calendar, again, we've got the 4th of July celebration that's going to be coming up, and we are doing those IPRs and touch points with not only the local community, but with the support commands as well. So that's all I have, sir. Pending questions?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Denise Malavi, Garrison CSM, and I'm glad I live here. So if you look on the slides, you can see that the spring cleanup is broken down by concerns. We typically have a lot of questions as we go through spring cleanup. So is there any questions about spring cleanup while we are here in the CLIF that we may be able to answer for you before we actually kick off? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood spring cleanup and the time and the requirements for the residents and of course for the garrison as well. Okay, thank you.
Last slide.
Hey, I'm gonna add to that. So I always have questions about spring cleanup. So if Marissa, maybe you or Sonia can talk about what can we do with our Sonia, you want to come up? All right. So we've got our operations officer for DPW can talk about how we can dispose of items that have collected in the basements of our barracks facilities or our stairwell housings. Sonia's gonna give us a quick rundown of where we can take items to get them removed during the spring cleanup period. Thanks, Sonia.
You're welcome, gladly. I am Sonia Camera, Operations Officer working for Ms. Berry, DPW. Spring cleanup is coming. Every week it's a different base installation. If you're cleaning up your housing, next to the trash islands, if you put your items there, then we can pick them up. In general, usually Mondays and Thursdays, bulk pickups for Patch and Panther, and Monday and Fridays for Robinson and Kelly. So if you're cleaning on Wednesday, put it out there next to the trash island, it will be picked up on Thursday for Patch and Panther. If you have any questions about it, you can also call the installation coordinator. Each base has an installation coordinator. For housing, if you reach out to Therese, which right now is Mike Cordova, helping out, the facility manager, and anything for GFAQ, if you could please contact GFAQ, and they will reach out to us. Anything else? Hazmat materials will be done through environment, but that will be individually meet with you, the installation coordinators. So if you give them a call, we will meet up with you and you can drop it off. This is for residents only.
Thanks, Sonia. Appreciate
Thank you.
And then here's the CLIF calendar. Again, 8th of May is our next CLIF, and the special topic is going to be the housing process. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Marissa from DPW.
Thank you, Kyle, and it is a nice full room today. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And this is Sonia's first CLIF. She wanted to observe it, and we just threw her right in there to provide some feedback on the spring cleanup. I was whispering in her ear, when you're cleaning up, if you have bulk items, she was giving you the information on where you can place those to be collected. Sometimes residents move away and they leave stuff behind and it's just there and it's bothering everybody. This is your opportunity to unclaimed waste that's in the way, especially in your basements. Please empower yourself to go ahead and put that out by the trash enclosures to be collected and taken away with bulk pickup. And then, of course, please don't put hazardous materials out for pickup. You can coordinate with those ICs to have a collection or to drop off any kind of hazardous materials you may have. So thank you for the opportunity to elaborate a little bit on that. I'm just going to give a around the horn update on some of our big projects. Most of our work has been going on here at Patch, as you know, especially if you work here or live here, you see it every day. I promised you a few months ago that we were close to the finish line. The finish line's moved a little to the right, but we absolutely are on trajectory to finish some of these big projects. So the gym repairs should be done here by July. Not only will that fully bring that facility back online, as well as some of the wellness clinic functions all fully back online, although I believe half of it's already back in business. But also parking will be reinstated back behind the Patch Clinic. I think that's about 50, not Patch Clinic, the Patch Gym. That's about 50 spots back there. So if you weren't aware of that, once the gym's fully backed open, it's a one-way road coming from where that food truck sits all the way back behind the gym. A lot of good parking back there once that project's completed. The sewer repair, this has been ongoing for a few years. We're down to finishing up over by 2308, and then it should kind of leave visibility, and we'll be back to not having roads and grass areas and parking and everything torn up to get the sewer replaced. So thank you for bearing with us as we made it through that multi-year project. The CDC, so we used to have a community center over next to the movie theater. That construction there is actually converting that community center into a brand new CDC. We just had a chance to tour it within the last week or so. It is a beautiful new facility. Operations will be shifting over there this summer from the existing CDC. And so that will be coming online. There is a part of that building that has not been renovated yet. It's a second phase. We will be able to have operations happening out of the new section while the second phase gets completed simultaneously. So if you have children at that age level, I'm sure you're aware these changes are coming, and it'll be a really nice improvement for our families here that use the CDC on Patch. The last project I wanted to highlight is the RB School. If you live at RB, or if you've been up to RB, if you haven't been to RB, it's quite a sight. They've been demolishing several buildings in what we call the Valley up there at RB, so they're old barracks that have been coming down. That is almost complete, and then we will be starting a construction of a brand-new elementary school up at RB this coming winter with a scheduled completion summer of 27. So if you're going to be around for fall of 27, that's when we would forecast that school being open for new students. So those were the items I wanted to highlight from a DPW perspective today, but I'm happy to take any questions on our wide portfolio of services if you have any. Yes?
I think I missed, when did you say we'll pick up with the?
Okay, so the question was, when does bulk pickup occur? And I'm going to do my best to regurgitate what Sonia said. She said Monday and Thursday at Patch and Panzer. You just put your stuff by the trash enclosures, and they will come pick it up at that time. Monday and Wednesday at Kelly and RB. And I'm making sure that's correct? I'm sorry, Tuesday and Friday at Kelly and RB. And again, just that's for residential. And if you have something that you need handled at a unit, then contact your ICs and they'll help coordinate that pickup. Thank you for the question.
Just another question for DPW. As I'm getting ready for spring cleanup, it seems like, I know you can't predict the weather and whether or not it's going to be sunny and rainy, but it seems like the grass has grown pretty quickly. Are we combating that before spring cleanup so that we can get after our common areas?
We are combating that right now. We're already starting to get a lot of inquiries and feedback on the height of the grass. You guys can help us out there. The standard is between 5 and 10 centimeters. That's what the contractor's required to cut the grass to. I have noticed in the last couple of days, since we've put a heavy push and emphasis this season, it's going to be a focus area. The contract does a lot of things, but this is an area that I really would like to see some improvements this year. We've seen the tall grass, but we've also, just in the last couple of days, they're really starting to kick it into overdrive and get the grass mowed down. But feel free to let us know if you are observing an area that is higher than that 10 centimeter limit. And we will prioritize and make sure that we get out there and have the contractor take care of that.
Any other questions?
Okay, thank you. I'll be followed by DFMWR.
Back again. All right, so we just want to, again, I already mentioned the CYS Spring Fest that's coming up for DFMWR. I do also want to mention that there is a CYS closure for training on the 24th of May. That has already been sent out to the parents a long time ago, but just for your awareness. Other items, we are, for the month of the military child, using AFE to present crowns and capes, which is several different events that they are bringing here to our garrison. So I encourage you to look at these on our Facebook page, as well as sharing these with your community. These are a lot of really great free activities for the community to participate in. There is the Panzer Power Showdown, the Strongman competition on the 20th of April. We also have strong bands. The CYS Hiring Fair, the next one, it's always the second Tuesday of the month. So we just had one yesterday, and the next one is the 4th of May. The 14th of May. And then finally, we are continuing with our Army Emergency Relief Campaign. It has been extended. It's running through the 1st of June. They have extended it, they're running it through, I thought it was to the 14th, sir, does that? For the Army, for the AER campaign? Wasn't it till the Army's birthday?
That's right. I think it was extended.
Yep,
Right.
okay, sorry about that. I just noticed that that was not correct. So that's extended till that time. I would say contributions have been, I'm just being real with everyone. So if you don't have somebody in your unit that needs, that has been assisting with this effort, it would be wonderful if you would step up and reach out to ACS and get in contact with them to get the information out to all the units. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to add a few things on that. So for AAR, do we have a link on the app where people can just go from the app? John, looking for John.
Sorry.
Do we have a link on the app for AAR?
We have information available.
If not, let's try to do that. So we'll re-energize AAR. There, it should be as easy. You can give online and support that cause. So we'll put the link on the app so you can get there to see that, and then you can attribute that your gift to whatever unit you represent as well. I want to make a plug for the new ACS FAP community room it's in the NWR ACS building. It's a nice family room with toys, and it's where we do our mothers and children classes and stuff. So it's also an opportunity for other things as well. So you can coordinate with FAP to look at to utilize that room for other purposes as well. And I know they'll accommodate that as well. But it's a great room, a great place to congregate for families. I think we're starting to look at setting up. I would say Corey or Angela, do y'all want to add anything to that?
I think that captures it well, sir.
Okay.
We're excited to share it with the community.
Perfect. And I think, Sergeant Major is reading a book on Friday at RB. And so she'll be reading a book for the kids there. Come out and support the Sergeant Major at Robinson Barracks on Friday.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thanks.
All right, good morning, Stuttgart. Eid Mubarak. This is a greeting that Muslims around the world are welcoming each other with. We just had a chance with our Islamic community here to celebrate the breaking of the fast after 30 days as they remember the provisions of God. Very lovely community. I'm reminded whenever I get with people who are different from me that it's always good to get together with other people. It creates approachment, and they were very hospitable and very lovely. So thanks to them for their hospitality. They invited a lot of people from the community. This month, as we focus on kids, it's my favorite topic. I love children. I have since I was a boy. My favorite role in life has been being a father. A lot of people have thought about child rearing and the importance of it. I think as far as wise people have been writing, they've been talking about the importance of raising children. Everybody from Confucius to Plato have had a lasting impact on the importance of how we shape young people's hearts and minds. It's interesting, you've probably heard people make this statement, the world is such a challenging place, it's such a rough place. I don't even think it's a good idea to have children. And though I can appreciate the sentiment, I would disagree with the strategy. I think having children is the way to impact the world for good. And we're trying to do that a lot in the RSO. I think many people here, we've got teachers and workers and coaches and parents in this community all taking a honorable stab at that effort. As you know, the Army came up with FM 7-22, Holistic Health and Fitness, a few years, and in that they included the spiritual domain. There's been, for at least the last 30 years, a lot of research at our highest levels talking about how spirituality, we'll leave it that general, is a very important protective factor in human flourishing. Why do I say that? It's pretty clear that if the spiritual root is not nourished in children, it's really hard to get it to grow when it's an adult. It's not impossible, but a lot harder. And so one of the things that we're trying to do in our communities is really nourish that spiritual root. I've often found it interesting that people who have some experience when they were a child of God, of happiness, even though they may have walked away for a long time, it's much easier for them to get back to that flourishing if they have that. And so we've got a lot going on for all ages of our children. And one of my favorite parts of being the Garrison chaplain, love getting involved. But I want to highlight this month our Vacation Bible School. We're going to have 200 kids, we hope, come and be a part. And this last summer, there was a little girl and her brother. And she came up to me, and she just had a twinkle in her eye, and she was loving singing all the songs. And she said, "I'll see you next year." I said, "Well, next year, why don't you come next week? You know, we've got all this going." She said, no, you know, my family's not religious. But she said, "I love Vacation Bible School." I got a little bit sad about that, as she was thinking, but I still know all the songs from last year. And so Vacation Bible School is a sacred trust for us in which we really try to create a very happy 5 days for the children who come there. And I think we do a pretty good job of it. Jeff Nevin's amazing. We're so glad to have him back here. He's been doing a lot of head work, and we'll start recruiting full-time to fill those slots in May. So more to follow. We'll probably mention that again in next month's CLIF. With that, I would, as you know, I always like to write poetry, and I like to pray, so I kind of mix up my prayers and my poetry. I'd like to offer a blessing on you and on the children of this community. So please allow me to pray. Lord, we thank you for this day. In thankfulness, we bow and pray. We ask your blessing on those who serve. Our children, Lord, give them nerve, wisdom, love, and true delight to serve our children with all their might. And for our children, we humbly pray. Pour out your blessings on them today. Remove all fear, all doubt, all sadness. Give them hope in your great gladness. Give them eyes to see the good, to choose the right as they should. The path of life, the narrow way, may your truth always hold sway. You who love them most of all, you invited them with this call. Let the little children come unto me, the kingdom of God for such as these. So may your kingdom come today, your will be done as they play. As in heaven, so on earth. Bless our children with your mirth. I ask all this in your holy name, and if you can, please do the same. Amen.
Thanks, Chappie.
Okay, Rachel.
It's me. All right. So I'm Rachel Duran. I'm with Retirement Services. So we have a big VA event coming up. So there was a little switch in the schedule. The BDD clinic for active duty component is going to be the 29th at CPF in room 117. I know I put 1,400 on there. Sometimes you see 1,300. I just plan for late people. You know, if I say 1,300, then they're not going to be there, and if I say 1,400, then they'll be there on time. So is there any questions about the BDD clinic? No. You should go if you wear a uniform. The other thing is that they're going to be having the broadcast in the afternoon from 1,400 to 1,600, and it's going to be interactive in the sense that they're going to be bringing people into it. It's really important that, especially if you're going to retire and stay in Europe, that you come and attend this. They have a really robust list of people who are going to be broadcasting in. It's going to be Pittsburgh, VBA. Anybody who is overseas, your benefits are handled through the overseas office in Pittsburgh. So if you have questions about your overseas benefits or your VA medical disability claims, they're going to be there calling in. Also, foreign medical program, that's something that's very confusing for us overseas. So if you have a lot of questions or you're not getting your needs met, please come and talk to them. The IRS will be broadcasting in. So if you have questions with the IRS, like we all do, you can come talk to them. And my favorite is the Social Security Administration. If you do plan to stay in Europe and someday collect Social Security, it may be in your best interest to come and talk to them, just general questions. And of course, DFAST will be on there to talk about all your pay and retirement needs. So that's what we have coming up right now. Is there any questions on that? So if you need to file a claim, whether you're a veteran, retiree, please come and file your claim, especially if the PACT Act, if you have any concerns about that, I strongly encourage you to come out. Even if you just need to talk to a VA counselor, they're all from the VA. These are VA folks, not BSOs. Thank you. Oh, one more thing before I forget. The hiring for Heroes is coming up on April 24th, 2024, and there will be a military spouse workshop from 9 to 1 and a hiring fair from 9 to 3 at the Schwabian. Flyers on the back table on your way out. Thank you. Wait, I see a small hand in the back.
What's the date on the interactive podcast?
I'm sorry, what? So the interactive podcast, unfortunately, the VA will not allow us to push it out to the community because they have to scrub everything beforehand. So if you want to participate, you have to come here on the 30th, and it will start at 2 o'clock.
So it's here at the Swimming Center?
Yes, everything will be here on the 30th. The 29th is over at CPF for our active duty component for them to do the BDD. And if you are of a higher rank, like executive level, please reach out to me. The BDD OIC, Ms. Barnes, will set up those one-on-one appointments, trying to set them up Monday in the morning part of the day. So anybody at a command level, just send me an email and we'll get that squared away.
Thanks, Rachel.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Brown with LRC Stuttgart. One thing I want to put out is peak season right now, and it's going to be really busiest for us. So I implore you, once you get your PCS orders, both military and civilians, contact the Personal Property Processing Office. Their phone number is on the takeaway. Contact them right away, make an appointment to get your goods shipped out of here. Also, we have a community notes of interest, 23 May, no front door services or buses due to our organizational day and summer safety day. On 14 June, limited front door services and no shuttle bus operations due to LN outing. And on 3 July, no shuttle bus training because our drivers will be doing a team building event for that. Pending your questions, that's all I have.
Good Wednesday morning, Stuttgart Military Community. Carla McDowell, Exchange General Manager. Super excited about this first point here about the sensory shopping. So I was gone 2 weeks, TDY was in the States, and the entire time, the whole APHIS Dallas headquarters was Stuttgart first. Everything that they said, but I can only say that, but the community really puts weight behind what I say. Sensory shopping started here in Stuttgart first, and they are rolling this out to the entire company. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you for supporting. This is sensory shopping from 7:55 until 8:55. So those with sensory difference have the opportunity to shop with low lights, no TVs, no volume, to give those people an opportunity to not feel overwhelmed. You don't realize how loud it is until it's quiet. So thank you for supporting. The next thing is our hours of operation. Again, something else that we can't do without the support of you guys. We open that main store now at 8 a.m. And I'm super excited because you guys are utilizing the service. If we offer the service and it's not utilized, of course, we have to roll it back, but you guys are there for us. The next point of interest or community interest is the additional brands that we are offering now at the Panzer main store. So again, Stuttgart necessarily wasn't first, but you won't have to drive all the way to KMC or Graf or order it online for brands like Dermalogica, Origins, Kylie. So this is something that's really big that main store manager, Robin, has pushed to get to Stuttgart. If you're like me and you have not filed your taxes yet, you have 5 days. Carla, you have 5 days left, probably 4 because the day is over. So please come and see our H&R Block professionals if you, again, are like me and you haven't filed yet. So the next one is our propane tanks. There are 2 locations in the Stuttgart community that you can purchase and drop off your empty propane tanks. We have aggressively been pushing because I hear you guys and I see it on Facebook when we run out of propane at Kelly and the Patch Express. We have to depend on one vendor to deliver those tanks, but they won't deliver the tanks until we have enough empties to pick up. So please, when you're empty, if you could drop that off at Patch or Kelly so we can get a full truckload and make sure that Westford delivers that propane for you guys for the cookouts. Please invite me. I don't cook either. And the last 2 points of interest, J-Mall, now with coordination with the UCOM Commandant, and DPW, thank you to Marissa and team for getting us the additional power so we can offer 2 food trucks at the J-Mall. It's beautiful. I love to see the lines. It's amazing. And then the last thing is that the vending machine pilot is still rolling out. We are still coming with vending machines. Our vendor partnerships are amazing. And again, we push for the Stuttgart military community. Pending any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Any consideration, anytime soon for like Friday nights and Saturday nights? I know coming out as a parent, coming out of games and stuff, having no food options available open on days, especially on those busy days. Is there any consideration on that for the future, like with the new school year coming?
So with the question was, is there any consideration being placed to extend food operating hours on Fridays and Saturdays to support game days? Not at this time. We do look monthly at the foot traffic to determine whether or not we are able to support that additional, those additional hours. So not at this time, but we do look monthly. Any other questions? You guys are amazing. Have a great day.
I have a question. Sorry, really loud. I apologize. So just because I'm curious about the food court and some of the options there, is there still a Panda Express coming and we're getting rid of Charlie's? Sorry, I'm sorry.
So Command Sergeant Major just stole all my thunder. I wasn't going to talk about that today. So it's a surprise.
Hold on, I got a second part to that. Is there any way ahead of a sushi bar that will be going into the AFIS food court? Thank you.
So Command Sergeant Major I have to keep stuff up my sleeve, ma'am. So yeah, so what she's talking about, we do have a closure date for our Charlie's, which will be for May, and that is because we have Panda Express coming to the Stuttgart military community. Orange chicken, baby. Yes, it's coming. And yes, we are working with a vendor partner to bring a sushi bar as well to the Stuttgart food court. See, I told you 2024 and more, I wasn't playing. I just like to roll it out slow. It's okay, Command Sergeant Major. Stuttgart first. Stuttgart first. There's another one. I have a meeting actually after this meeting. For May will be the closure of Charlie's. And that, so we have to, of course, place those associates and then give Charlie's, because they have to, Panda Express, they actually order all of the equipment and we have to give them build time. And they fly that stuff in from the States.
So what's the timeline, if you could share with us, for Panda Express actually opening?
So it would be the exchange third quarter, which will be September, October timeframe. Pending any other questions or secrets told.
Yep, we got some more.
Yes, ma'am.
This question isn't for AFIS, based off of what they did with sensory shopping. Is there any way one of our commissaries could probably offer something like this too?
Is Scott in here? Oh, Jamie?
I can just say that I know that FAB is reaching out to expand
Okay.
that program.
Yeah, so FAB, Daisy Fakunle, and ACS Carrie Sharp, they can reach out to other our mission partners here in Stuttgart and look at other opportunities to expand sensory type activities. So thanks, Ms. Lopez.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, and just wanted to let you know that there are food options on Panzer on Friday and Saturday night, and Women's Center and Schwings is open until 9 o'clock.
Ms. Corey Schwab just explained that we do have food options. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. On Fridays and Saturdays at the bowling alley, the wings are amazing. That's not a push against AFIS. Come see us too, but the wings are amazing. And the canteen. And the canteen. The canteen is amazing. I'm going. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So
So good morning, my name is Brian Pappas, I'm the school liaison officer here in Stuttgart, and I am pinch hitting for Ms. Elizabeth Fales, the Dodea Community Superintendent, who's TDY at the moment. Dodea does not have a Panda Express coming in, but we are gonna start with something that's not on the slides. Dodea has just announced that Universal Pre-K will be starting up for next school year. So Universal Pre-K is a free pre-kindergarten program for children who are Dodea eligible, who turn age 4 on or before September 1st. So there will be classrooms at Robinson Elementary, Stuttgart Elementary, and Patch Elementary that are available to students. Registration is open for Universal Pre-K and for all Dodea re-registration as of today. So families can go online and re-register or register for the first time for pre-kindergarten or kindergarten starting now. It's the open window. There is no deadline for when it ends, but it is good for families to know that they do have the option to start that enrollment now. Dodea has a lot of information that they will be pushing out regarding the program on their website. There you have like 25 frequently asked questions about Universal Pre-K, as well as a lot of information about registration. So for families who are curious about the program and want to know more, they can reach out to the elementary schools directly. They can contact the school liaison office, that's me, and they can also go to the website to get all sorts of information. So to the slide, key community events, Installation Advisory Committee meeting is scheduled to be at Patch Middle School this month. It was scheduled originally for tomorrow, but due to scheduling conflicts, we have to reschedule. As soon as the date is confirmed, we'll push that out to the schools so they can push it out through those distribution lists so parents have the opportunity to attend. 17 April is Dodea-wide Purple Up Day in celebration of Month of the Military Child. So that's when Dodea as a whole is celebrating, but every individual school is celebrating Month of the Military Child activities throughout the month. So from field days to clap-ins, there's a whole lot going on within your child's individual school. So although this is a Dodea-wide Purple Up Day, it could be that your particular school is not doing anything specific highlighting that day, but you can be sure to check their calendars to find out what else is going on for your children. High school sports, whole lot of stuff going on throughout April and May. On 15 April, there is no school, so that's this upcoming Monday. It's a professional learning day for teachers. And 27 May, there is no school for the federal holiday. April through May is end of year assessment window for students. A key piece for as we come into the transition season is Dodea's summer registration drive, which will take place at Stuttgart Elementary. This started last summer to better support transitioning families. So families come in June, July, and if you've got multiple kids going to multiple schools, they had to go to each school to complete their registration process. The purpose of these registration drives is to have a one-stop shop. So on those particular dates, families can go to Stuttgart Elementary. There'll be registrars from all of the schools there. So if you've got a child at Patch Elementary, Patch Middle School, and Stuttgart High School, you can do all of your registration in those locations. You'll also be able to likely get information regarding transportation, school meal plans, and this is also an opportunity for community organizations to come up and provide information as well. So Dodea wants you all to know that if you'd like to set up a table and provide information during these days, you are welcome. As we're going to be getting a lot of new families rolling through, it's a great opportunity to talk about your programs and provide some information and resources for them. I don't have the exact times, but they'll be ballpark between 9:30 or 10 o'clock until 2:30, 3 o'clock. But as soon as we get the exact times, we'll make sure to send them out to you. 27 April is high school prom. 29 May is Stuttgart High School graduation. And 8 May is the accelerated withdrawal window. For accelerated withdrawal, if you are PCSing, anytime after May 8th until the end of the school year, you can speak to the school directly about withdrawing from school early. There are certain requirements. You will need principal approval, but if that fits your PCS time, please contact the school directly and ask about accelerated withdrawal. As the high school graduation is coming around, and as we're in Month of the Military Child, military children will say goodbye to more significant people by the time they graduate than the typical person will over the course of a lifetime. And I just think that's worth considering as we celebrate children and youth throughout this month of the military child, but not just April, throughout the year. And that's all I have, pending any questions. There's a few hands up.
Is there an update to the summer heat policy in closing school?
So the question is there an update to the summer heat policy regarding school closure? So back this previous fall, heat within the schools were elevated, and it was a concern for a lot of the families and community members. DODEA does have a new policy that is specific to that does identify a threshold. I don't know if that's out for release just yet, but you can expect it, I would say, within the next couple of weeks for DODEA to have that information. So,
The garrison has it for review right
Okay.
now. Yep.
thank you.
So, this is probably going to be one of the frequently asked questions, but I think the biggest one that people are going to want to know is universal pre-K going to be half day or full day?
Sure. So the question is, will universal pre-K be half day or full day? Universal pre-K will be a full day program. Universal pre-K those children will attend school the same times that every other child attends. So Monday through Wednesday and Friday from 8 until 14:30. Thursdays from 8 until 13:30, which is the standard early release time for DODEA. One more question? A couple?
I can stand up because I'm so short back. I'm actually going to turn this to you, sir, since I'm your community resilience integrator. I see a great opportunity for us to support the Bavia schools by wearing purple on the 17th of April, if you would consider that.
I have to find a purple uniform. Absolutely.
Pretty close, sir, for the soldiers, and they got purple.
That's right. I think we can definitely support that within the garrison. So yeah, great opportunity to do that.
Thank you, sir.
PTO president, I just want to speak on one thing that we're doing coming up, and April 30th, we will have a meeting at the high school that we will open up to our community partners. We will be planning the back-to-school event that will be bringing our incoming freshmen and our new PCS families. We're going to do it for the students, but we also have a part for the parents. And this is where we would like all our community partners to come in if you would like to be a part of that, the planning process, what it will look like, and how you can even advertise what you have coming up in the fall to our families coming over. So April 30th, if you would like even more information, please let us know.
Okay, so just to reiterate, on 30 April, Stuttgart High School PTO is going to be helping to facilitate a meeting related to the back-to-school event for new high schoolers. And that'll take place
Under the ambassadors.
so the high school has student ambassadors. They run an orientation for new students just prior to the start of school each year. And PTO is going to be involving parents in this as well. So if they're interested in attending, should they contact the PTO? So anyone interested in attending to be able to provide information about what they can offer from a community perspective to the students and also to the parents, please contact the PTO, and you're welcome to attend and join that meeting, and also get follow-up information. So if you're not able to attend, please let them know, and we'll make sure to get that coordinated for you so you can be a part of welcoming new families to the community. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, I have to go back to Miss Carla, just because I'm thinking of as like if I was a high school student or child. Because we're taking away, or is there any consideration of maybe extending, back to the audience question, maybe an hour or two at the other food courts because you're taking away one? Or is there maybe an option to add an additional food truck to kind of help, because we're shutting down one of them for such a long period of time?
So we are working to have additional power dropped at the front. We can only offer 2 food trucks at the front of the PX right now due to power outlets. And then we'll watch the traffic, because we expect the customer traffic from Charlie's to flow to those others. And so we will analyze the traffic to determine whether or not it's an earlier opening or later, wherever we can. You're welcome.
Good
morning. I'm Erin Owsley with the American Red Cross. So first off, thank you to all of those that helped and participated in the blood drive Monday and Tuesday of this week. We had a great success and collected the number of units. So we're thankful for our partnership with BOSS to provide that, as well as the Armed Services Blood Bank. I see a couple of faces here that were able to donate, so thank you so much for taking the time to do that. We also have some CPR classes coming up. I just was told we have some space available for our Wilderness Remote First Aid class happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we have a few seats available. You are required to have a CPR certification current in order to register for that class, but that's available if you're interested. You can come and do it with your youth and participate as well. It's for ages 14 and up. So any of those interested, please reach out and let us know with those spaces available. So with the Month of the Military Child, we have been doing some resiliency workshops with the youth in the community. We were able to go over to the hub and do a workshop for coping with stress for about 16 participants there, which was wonderful. And then we'll also be at the CYS Fest and have a workshop that will be able to just come, first serve, space available there at 12:30 during the CYS Fest. Pending any questions, that's all I had. Thank you.
Hello again, Ryan with USO Stuttgart. If you didn't know, USO actually has a branch within our organization called USO Transitions, and this is for any active duty military or military spouse throughout their time in the service to facilitate transitions, whether that's a PCS or a leaving of the military. And in that, we have a couple things coming up in the near future. One I'm really excited about, I'll talk about first, navigating careers in Germany. If you are here in Germany and you love it as much as I do and you want to stay here forever, this is how you could do it. So if you're getting out of the military and you would like to take on a career in the host nation, we have a representative, actually two representatives from LEDEC. LEDEC is a worldwide company. They purposely like to hire veterans, but they're going to be presenting on all the things that you just don't know in taking on that transition. So legal, realistic, practical, all the things to take on the job market in Germany. That is happening this Thursday at 5:30. It is free, and there will be nachos. You gotta have food. The other thing is specifically for our mil spouses, especially living overseas. The job market is a little different. So this is a great way to expand upon your skills. It's called Marketing Me. We're teaming up with teams to present this. It is a workshop. Materials are provided. There'll be food. Of course, it's USO, and free. So anybody interested in these, please go to our Facebook page, find the registration links, and join us. Any questions? Yes?
Can we invite any of our 18-year-old seniors, because we have a lot of seniors that stay here,
Mm-hmm.
them getting into the job market is difficult for them? Can we invite our high school graduate seniors that are 18 within this?
Definitely. So the question was, can high school seniors that are graduating, 18-year-old generally, seniors attend? And the answer is definitely. Anybody with base access is welcome at our USO. Anybody under 18, we would request that they are accompanied by a parent or guardian. My daughter would graduate when she was 17, but it would be relevant to her. But yeah, if they're 18, please attend. Anybody else? All right, thanks so much.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Zach Heinrich. I'm the Patch Clinic Commander. Just a few updates for you today. First, as was mentioned, the Armed Forces Wellness Center is currently open and has returned back to the Patch Gym. We are holding off on moving PT, physical therapy, back to the Patch Gym because of the HVAC schedule. We don't want a repeat of last year where we were seeing 80, 90-degree temperatures inside in our clinical treatment space. So plan is to move physical therapy back to Patch at the end of the summer once the HVAC is operational. Currently still doing first and third Thursday trainings in the afternoon. That's really important for us moving into May as we prepare for our mock Joint Commission survey. For those of you who don't know, the Joint Commission is the National Accreditation Agency for Healthcare Facilities, and it's kind of our Super Bowl. So we're going to be spending a lot of time preparing for that over the next month. Kelly Clinic will be closed 15th to 16th of April just due to provider leave with Dr. Vinar. And then Tricare Service Center will be minimally staffed on the 1st and 8th of May due to the host nation holidays. Moving on to CYS, are actively planning for CYS physicals moving into the next school year. Right now, as in last year, we will provide limited first-come, first-served CYS physical support for the non-impaneled, non-enrolled population. With that said, what we would like is for our TRICARE Prime beneficiaries who are enrolled to the clinic, go ahead and start scheduling those physicals now with your PCMs, because that, your primary care managers, because that will unencumber availability for the rest of the population that's not in the clinic this summer. So that's our big ask there. Really excited to share some very important developments with our behavioral health team. So we've just recently instituted 2 new group therapy sessions, one for PTSD and the other combat-focused PTSD, and the other for the partners of individuals who have experienced combat-related trauma. And so that's partners, spouses, intimate partners, so that you can also participate in these group sessions and learn a little bit more about what your partner is experiencing and how to best work with them through that together. Also really excited to announce that we had 5 behavioral health technicians uniformed report to the clinic this week of varying grades. And what that's going to allow us to do for the first time is really assertively go out into the community, do walkabouts, and proactively engage with units in your organizations outside the clinic walls, just to come see how everything's going, make ourselves available in a more comfortable space. So if you're interested in leveraging that capability that we have, just please reach out to Lieutenant Colonel Angela Schrader, our Chief of Behavioral Health. I also want to put in a quick plug for the Behavioral Health and Suicide Awareness Symposium that's going to be occurring on Wednesday, 24 April from 13 to 1500 virtually. Last year's was awesome, really powerful, and this year will be the same. So if you have the ability to dial in for that, please do so. And I believe we'll be making sure that the invites are being distributed for that. What else do we got? Oh, the COVID containers, if you hadn't noticed, they are gone. It's unencumbered several parking spots. What I owe y'all now is a look at how our handicap spot inventory is, if we need to expand a spot or 2. I know that was briefly discussed in, I believe, the last CLIF. So that's something else we're looking at. And then just a couple of updates off the slide. Patient portal for Genesis for your primary care appointments. Intent is to open that up within the next 30 days so you can go online through the portal and make your appointments. As many of you know, the problem right now is that you can see every provider in the world, and sometimes you can't find your own. And so that's something that the vendor, Cerner, is working on. But yeah, next 30 days we'll have something out so you can know how to do that. And then pharmacy. Pharmacy is in large part recovered from the cyber attack. Things should be getting back to where they were pre-cyber attack. So thank you all for your patience with that. Okay, I think I'll stop there for any questions. Okay, thank y'all. Followed by dental.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sergeant Alvarado from the dental clinic. So for next week, we have the 18th. We're going to be pretty much minimal staffing for the morning, and the afternoon will be closed for trainings. And we'll be actually minimal manning for I believe it's for this Friday, the 12th, and the 15th. So with that, we just highly encourage for the dependents to enroll in the TRICARE. We do have Space A still happening for dependents, and that's pretty much it. We have a lot of people PCSing at the moment, so we have a lot of outgoing, and we don't have any incomers, so please be patient with us. Other than that, pending any questions. All right, thank you for your time.
don't think we have a vet service person here, so if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to relay that to them. Okay? Questions?
Open mic time.
Hello, my name is Ray Brown with the Stuttgart Service Center. I just want to highlight our summer internship program for our student hires or summer program. It is from June 17th through July 26th. Currently, we have 17 spots available for summer hires as kids ages 14 through 22 dependents. So if you have a child that's interested in employment opportunity with the garrison, please go to USA Jobs and have your dependent register or apply for a position. Thank you.
Can you give me those dates again? I'll repeat those.
June 17th through July 26th.
June 7th through July 26th?
Yes, sir.
Oh, 17. Okay, so what he's saying was there's going to be the summer hire program, and those dates are going to be for June 17th through July 26th. If you want to apply, go on to USA Jobs.
So the announcement closes on April the 30th, so we have plenty of time to apply for the positions.
April 30th, the job closes on USA Jobs. Maritza, what did you say?
Ages 14.
Oh, ages 14 to 22. Okay, thank you. Sir, Sergeant Major?
Okay, any other questions out there? Going easy on me. Yes, sir.
Sergeant First Class Hawkins with DIA for the chaplain, sir. What kind of activities is Clevion doing as a former tenant out here? Clevion used to be huge. We used to do Italy beach break. Any of that stuff going on?
Yeah, thank you. So Club Yon, they have a trip going to Scotland, the third week of June. I think they still have a few slots available for that. They meet Sunday nights. We meet Sunday nights from 1700 to 1900. I can give you on a mailing list for that. We have Club Yon, our junior high kids meet Thursdays, I believe. 1900. Yes. And that's what comes to mind. Right now, we have a full-time director, Greg Brown, who's really involved in the lives of young people, who's heading up our program. Thanks for asking.
So the camp trip is 10 to 18 June.
Yeah, so lots of good talk this morning about our children. And I like it when our conversations kind of center around, our futures, right? One of the things that Garrison's looking at, I changed the gym access policy a month or so ago. Looking at now some feedback from the combatant commands, the GCCs, and other tenant units on access for our gyms only. So maybe we can look at relaxing the requirement there, but I just need to capture exactly, where we want to go across the board. So that's something that the Garrison's looking at. And then I really like the intern opportunities that you brought up, Ray. I think for future CLIFs, let's try to consolidate maybe, job opportunities in some way for our kids, interns. Because I know the one with the Garrison's not the only program that we've got out here. So let's try to emphasize that where we can. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Well, thanks for coming out this morning. We'll be standing by up here for a